Alright gang, let's see what we got. Is it a Traxxas Jado 3.3? Is it a Hot Bodies D8T? No. My new ride is the Savage X 4.6. Awesome.
Wow.
Alright, so we just took the other way to where I held one end of the box and Andrew pulled it out. And what are your first thoughts there, man?
It's huge. Giant.
That
just the
is
tires.
a beast.
That looks indestructible right there.
Wow.
You throwing that around?
That is very, very impressive. Alright, so we've got the body clips off. This will be our first time looking at its guts. Wow. Look at that, man. Oh my goodness. Look at that fuel tank.
Oh, wow.
Look at the engine.
Yeah, the cooling head.
That engine is big.
Yeah.
That's a
Wow.
big engine.
Uh-huh.
Look at the pipe.
The exhaust.
Want to try those shocks? I'll film.
Yeah, sure.
Try those shocks. How do they feel? Good?
They feel really good, yeah.
And you start it from back here, that little roto start, you put it back there and you press the trigger.
Full start.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So very cool. Stop servo. Man.
Air filter.
Yeah.
Sort of like the off-run Lucy.
Mm-hmm. Man, look at those tires.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the wheels.
I know. Looks like the little bit of a fan of the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they got clips there.
Body clips.
Man, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then we got a wheelie bar. So we're gonna
really?
we're gonna do two things. Hold that. Hold the camera. So what you and I are gonna do is we're gonna install a wheelie bar back here. So
That'd be cool.
because it's got so much torque, it goes like that.
Mm-hmm. So it won't fall over or anything.
And then on the bottom here, I got us a skid plate to go right here to not mess with any of the transmission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know
Isn't
it's
that
really
cool?
open.
Yeah.
That looks awesome. So excited.
Alright, so actually the body went on fairly easily and we got the body clips in no problem. So, wow. That thing is awesome. Let's take some, I want to take some pictures of it now.
I'll get it my phone.
Alright, so actually the body went on fairly easily and we got the body clips in no problem. So, wow. That thing is awesome. Let's take some, I want to take some pictures of it now.
I'll get it my phone.
So the first thing that jumps out to me on this is just how much different it is from a buggy. In other words, you know, the first thing I notice is, where's the steering servo? Of course, if you turn it over, you suddenly gain access to all other sorts of components. So I'm going to be quite interested to see how it is that I'm able to go through and learn about the different components and how this vehicle here is laid out. Obviously I'll learn it and I'll have no problem figuring everything out. I have heard that this vehicle is a little bit hard to wrench on due to this these X plates you have on them right here, but you know, whatever, we'll just have to learn. I can definitely see how it would be a little bit difficult to work on this thing. Of course, you know, I mean, you really have to take a lot of things off to be able to get into it, but that's okay because I have no problem whatsoever taking my vehicles apart. The only other thing that has caught my eye is the gear mesh seems a little bit tight. I mean, it sounds fine, but there's really no play between the pinion and the spur gear. But again, I'm I'm simply an amateur when it comes to this vehicle right here, so I'm going to trust its stock settings and we'll see from there. The wiring being exposed like this is very interesting. I can only assume that there must be some housing for that somewhere, because I can't imagine, especially if this thing is waterproof, that they would leave the housing out like that. But my goodness, man, this thing is just so impressive. And I cannot wait to get this thing out on the road, and on the dirt, and in the grass, and in the mud, and on the rocks, and anywhere else you dare say that I can't take this thing. I'm also glad that this version doesn't come with that purple cooling head. I wasn't really much of a fan of that when I saw it. I do like this design, this gray design. And I do like the fact that it came with this red, if you want to call it, body instead of the blue. I don't like this right here. To me, it means they kind of jumped the shark a little bit. I mean, come on, why put that on there? But that's okay. I'm sure there's stickers that come with it that I can put on top of it. And speaking of stickers, it does appear that some do come with it. I am more interested, however, in this user's guide, because what I'm hoping for is an exploded diagram of some part. And it does seem awesome. Look, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Something that tells me there's your differentials and how they're put together. Something that shows me how everything is put together, because I will be getting inside this mug. I do totally suck at putting on stickers, so I allow my wife to do it. She's got more of a steadier hand than I do, as you can probably tell by the way I'm holding the camera. Not really sure how we'll engage the stickers on this truck here, but we'll do something with it to make it pretty cool. So let's have a quick peek at some of the things that are provided with this vehicle. First, we've got a new fuel bottle. That's nice. Second, a glow plug igniter type that takes a battery. Battery housing, I'm assuming that's for the receiver. A new T-wrench, which is nice because I actually stripped the T-wrench that I currently have, if you can believe that, trying to get the clutch nut off of my Losi. Another battery, I don't know what that's for, but for something. And then of course just some AA batteries. Those are always useful. It also has the roto start. I'm going to be very interested to see how this works. I've only had pull starts thus far, which I personally don't mind. When they do break though, of course, you know, that's a whipping. This is the rod that goes into it, and it comes with a charging pack and an adapter for the roto start. It also comes with a 2.4 gigahertz transmitter. I'm certainly no expert in transmitters or anything. It looks nice. It's got everything I need, all the different trim settings, EPA adjustments, servo, reverse, things like that. It certainly feels good, but that's really all I can say on that. And then we have just a whole lot of stuff. I don't know what a lot of this is. Obviously these are just extra screws for something. I have no idea what this is, but we'll certainly figure it out. Again, I don't know what this part here is for, but it's got some zip ties with it, so that might be, I think, like the stock wheelie bar, if you want to call that. Not sure. Extra body clips. I've heard that this model here has a tendency to lose its body clips. Some posts, some Allen wrenches, some additional shims here you see for who knows what. Some nuts, and washers, and pins. Again, I don't know what these are for. It's obviously for tuning the vehicle. Some extra foam filters. This right here appears to be, I guess, the housing for the electronics right here. This right here, don't know what it is. It's got a little wrench. And this, I'm going to assume, is air filter oil. So that's about it. Not the most exciting video in the world, but it does show all the cool things that come with the Savage X 4.6. So thanks for sticking with me, if you have, in this boring video of unboxing my new Savage X 4.6. On the downside, I'm not going to be breaking this in. I've promised myself that I'm going to discipline myself and not break it in until I take care of a few other things on my other vehicles that I need to. As an example, the Losi 810 needs a new carburetor, the Offna Hyper 7 needs a new universal joint, which I have, and I need to install that, as well as some receiver problems that I'm having. The Exceed Forza, aka the Professor, needs to have its transmission rebuilt once again. So until I get a chance to do all of that, I'm going to keep this bad boy up in its box. But I do promise you, once I break this thing in, you will see plenty of cool videos of me getting really, really dirty with this thing. Thanks so much, and have a great day.